The One Piece live action is actually good? Yes, it's incredibly good. I can't believe it because we've never really had a successful anime adaptation into live action. Probably the most successful we had was Alita Battle Angel, but that's not a mainstream major hype anime like One Piece, which is the top-selling manga of all time, one of the best weekly showing animes of all time, and now has the most successful live action anime adaptation of all time. So all the other anime fans right now are crying in the corner because One Piece fans are just simply eating good. Now, why is this so good compared to all the other anime adaptations? Two reasons in particular, in major, two reasons. Number one, they stick to the source material. Wow, so incredibly hard to do. Like all these other companies, they can't stick to the source material and fans are like, what the hell's wrong with you? Just give us what the actual story is. Like you take a look at The Witcher, Henry Cavill left the damn show because they didn't stick to the source material and they started going off on the, oh, that's girl power. It's not about, you know, The Witcher anymore. Like let's embellish all the females of the cast and make them more important than The Witcher himself and just kind of make him a side character. And he's like, but dude, like, that's not the story. Like, why are you guys trying to rewrite the story? And of course, woke Hollywood's like, well, it's a new times and XYZ. So Henry Cavill's like, well, screw this. If you can't stick to the source material, I'm gonna leave. So what did One Piece do? They stuck to the source material. And I mean, not just stuck, like they got it spot on to the point where even like, some of the poses of the scenes are like spot on with Zoro, but the most important thing was they had the author of the damn series there supervising all of it, okay? Ichiro Oda was like, nah, you guys aren't gonna pull this Western movie bullcrap where you change my whole story. If you want to make a live adaptation of One Piece, whether a movie or show, I have to be there and I have to confirm that everything you do is okay. If you want to change my story in the slightest bit, it has to go through me and I have to give the okay. So in turn, what we got was we basically got the manga turned into an anime. They didn't give us any of this fluff or weird stuff and we got what we wanted. We got what we were going to expect. And also the combat was really good. The storyboarding was good. The fighting was good. And speaking of fighting, you're gonna love our sponsor, Elsword, the manga-style action MMORPG that's exciting for everyone. There's 56 different classes you can play in this game, meaning there's a hero for everyone's playstyle, and you'll take that hero through all sorts of dungeons, fighting tough enemies for epic loot. Take on the challenge with boss raids, party up, or go solo. There's even a PvP mode for all you fellas who like to prove you're the best player out there. Elsword has received tons of quality of life improvements over the recent years, and they just released their Super Growth event on August 16th, which is a great way to help you unlock all of your skills and power up your characters way faster than before. There's all sorts of new events, enemies to slaughter, and incredible prizes in the latest events in Elsword. Log in and start playing for free today with my link in the description. Again, if you're looking for a light, fun, and rewarding new game to play, you can check out Elsword completely free with my link in the description below. This was a $18 million per episode budget. Okay, I'm not gonna say that this is one of the top two reasons why it's gonna be, my God, what was that? Hyper successful. But the budget was bigger than Game of Thrones, bigger than Mandalorian, which is like 15 million an episode. Game of Thrones final season was like over 14 million an episode. So $144 million for this Netflix adaptation of One Piece. And it shows. I mean, yes, of course, there's gonna be a lot of CGI. I'm sure 99% of the whole show is filmed on a green screen, but it's good CGI. Like, there wasn't any moments where I was just like, ew, like, what is that? What is happening? Like The Flash 2, if you went to go see it, like the CGI was so awful that they tried to give us an explanation as to why it was so bad. Oh, he's moving so fast, so everything looks weird. No, just your CGI was shit. In One Piece, you can tell they put work into this show, man. I mean, the sets, yeah, again, it's all CGI, but it is beautiful, okay? So yes, the budget is good, but it's not everything. I mean, obviously there's been plenty of hyper successful movies and shows that is super low budget. That really doesn't mean anything, but I do like that for such an important show, they have that level of capital ready to make sure it's good as hell, so it has a future. Okay, so following the source material, something that Dragon Ball and all, like these shows, they can't do it for some reason. Everybody's always changing the source material, and fans are always speaking up, and then we get blamed for being toxic fans. Well, guess what? We're not toxic fans, you're toxic producers. If you just give fans what they want, what the actual source material is that made them a fan in the first place, there's 100% chance they're gonna like the content. But as soon as you start changing stuff, they're gonna get pissed off. Okay, number two, the reason why this is successful, in my opinion, the acting is good. I mean, especially like my favorite character so far. I watched the first 2 episodes and I'm about to go watch the rest is Zoro. So Zoro's actor is Makenyu Arata, who was in Pacific Rim Uprising and Seiya in Knights of the Zodiac. So not like a crazy amount of acting experience. In fact, most of these actors here, like they might be like kind of familiar. You might have seen them from like 1 or 2 movies or shows, but it's not really like a mainstream cast of A-list celebrities. And a lot of times it's actually a good thing. When you give people these opportunities for these breakout roles for a super expensive production, I mean, the odds are that they're hungry and they know that this is their one big shot and they have to give it everything compared to some, super inflated cost actor like Robert Downey Jr. or something, but I mean, he's worth it. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like they took a bunch of actors that are relatively low in notoriety and they gave them a big shot. And whoever was the casting coach on that, whoever like decided who picked the roles, they did a really good job. I mean, so far, like I didn't really feel like anybody didn't fit the role. It's going to be incredibly hard to make characters based on, little anime characters and stuff, but I think they did an absolutely phenomenal job. I'm really, really surprised at how good this is. And this bestows a lot of hope for me that we could potentially have something good in the future. What I'm really worried about is the One Punch Man movie that is in production right now with the director from Fast and Furious 9. Hopefully One Piece sets the standard here for anime adaptations, meaning like if you want to do this, there's 2 main things you got to do. 1, follow the source material, and 2, get good actors. Don't half-ass anything. Hollywood doesn't realize how incredibly serious we are as fans, how diehard we are as fans about anime, manga, and video games. These power fantasies that we've lived through our whole life, and they become part of our life because we play or watch it for years and years. And people have grown up on One Piece. If they mess it up, of course the fans are going to get pissed off. So the most critical thing, biggest takeaway from all of this that Hollywood needs to look at and understand is give the people the source material. Don't change shit. It's easy, okay? Get decent actors and a decent budget, give it time, don't rush it out. I mean, pretty simple stuff. But I feel like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is tanking down the tubes. This is a very, very good chance for the anime takeover to take over Marvel and become like the new big Marvel Avengers superhero franchise. I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, there's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of fans of these animes. I think a lot more than these companies even understand. I think that's part of the reason that all of these live action adaptations have just been not given the justice that they deserve. And so now there is a very good chance and a very good possibility that this will set the bar really high. Other companies will take notice and they're going to be like, hey, if we're going to do that One Punch Man or Dragon Ball or Naruto live action, we better spend the money, the resources, do our research, and get the author involved to make sure we don't F this up. So drop what you're doing, just go watch it. I mean, I would give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, especially considering anime adaptations, I don't really have much negative feedback. I mean, most of my negative feedback is just little things that I could look past. Overall, I think I'm very happy. I think this is very healthy and very, very good for the anime community. So I love it. Go watch it. If you never watched One Piece, it starts at episode 1. So I guess they got plans to do this for out of 6 seasons or more. Infinite season. Why 6 seasons? If it's only 8 episodes, I mean, my God. I mean, One Piece is 1,000 episodes. Like they plan to just make this a never-ending series until the whole series ends. I'm actually very curious about the future. Like, I mean, $144 million, can Netflix afford to pay that every year? And it's going to be going up every single year. They got to be getting those conversions. So I guess what that means is they'll keep producing this as long as they keep getting new subscriptions that pay the cost. To be honest, that's really the only thing I'm watching on Netflix right now. Like I've been debating canceling my Netflix subscription for a while now. and because it's just gotten so bad, like the content on there is so awful. But then, you know, every once in a few years they release something like this, and I'm like, okay, well. If you guys want me to do episode by episode reviews, I can potentially do that. Depends how good this video does and performs. Yeah, I'll be back to talk about it more, especially when the season ends, at least, because I think we got pleasantly surprised. I mean, this was a coin flip and it landed on heads, and I think we're very lucky. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Damn One Piece, man. We eating good over here.